All right, what's up, everybody? Back at it here again. Yeah. Let's see if this thing will let me do what I need to do. Where are we? Are we back at the? Yeah. So I just dumped my inventory. So I'm gonna try to sit a little differently this time. Yesterday I had like a crick in my neck. I'm gonna have to get a new mic stand to do it this way because the TV was like on the desk. Now it's like over there on the wall. Obviously, you can tell. Like, I thought about moving the camera too, but the green screen's over here, not behind me. So I don't know about that. I don't really care about the fact that I'm not looking at you guys, like, because nobody watches this shit anyways. I don't even know why I stream. But whatever. Yeah, I think it's just good to talk about stuff. So yesterday, I think it was pretty successful. A pretty successful day. I had a machine. I sold a dryer on Friday to somebody, and they texted me yesterday, and they're like, it's not really working, and they don't like the buzz that it makes. So the story here is the dryer that they had is like a newer LG, and on the newer ones, they actually kind of measure. Like, I don't know if it measures airflow or heat, but it sort of measures somehow if your lint duct or exhaust duct, I guess you would call it. I don't know. I need to learn what it's called because I call it different things. And the duct that the air goes out of your house, if it's clogged, then these new dryers, a lot of them will have a problem, and they'll say check filter. And really the issue is not the filter. It can be, or it can be a clogged like duct in the dryer, or it can be a clogged duct in your house. And so one of the things that I'm going to try to sell as a service is to clean those ducts out, right? What is this? I feel like this is new. Are we doing Christmas stuff now? Is that the deal? So anyways, there's all this like stuff on here. Like, what is that? So anyways, I sold her a dryer that didn't have that stuff because she was like kind of tired of hers wasn't working right. Basically, it was doing that and it wouldn't work. The hair dryer wouldn't even work. She said it would like go for 5 minutes or whatever and stop. It would just turn itself off because, and I'm like, well, it might be clogged, or your vent might be clogged, or it's a bad sensor or a bad control board, right? Like, these are the options that we have. Like, that's the probable causes. Well, I got her dryer home, and I was actually working it while she texted me. And I worked it and cleaned it out, and then I tested it, and it works fine here, which means that we have two dryers that worked perfectly fine here and didn't work perfectly fine there. So I text her, and I'm like, well, I think your vent tube in your house is probably clogged. If the moisture can't get out, then it can't dry. The moisture has to go away, right? That's what the dryers are doing. You essentially reach a threshold. There's going to be a point where it doesn't matter how hot it is in your dryer. If the moisture level, if the humidity is too high, water doesn't evaporate in heat. It evaporates in dry. When the air is dry, the water goes, right? So, I think anyway. So, if you get a lot of hot water inside the air in your dryer with wet clothes, then, it's just not going to work. So, and I took a shirt and I stuffed it into the exhaust pipe of this dryer and ran it. And I couldn't get the thing to air, at all. So I don't know. Like, I'm going to go over there tomorrow. I told her I was already going to her neighborhood on Monday for 2 more machines. So I told her, I was like, well, I can come bring you another machine on Monday. She was within my warranty, if you want to call it that. Oh, hold on a second. So, the way I do it is like, since I don't think there's anything wrong with either dryer. And since this is kind of on her for a bad diagnosis, and I know I can't expect people to diagnose their own stuff. Like, I should have done an airflow test while I was there. This is partially my fault and partially hers, but since we're learning together, right? So I'm not going to charge her anything extra. I'm going to call it a warranty because I always, I want people to be happy with my services, whatever they are, right? So, and I know I could have gone over there yesterday and I could go over there today, but yesterday it was just not, I was just not feeling good. I'd worked and worked and worked. By the time she texted me, my back hurt so bad because I'd worked all day, and it's just like, this isn't going to happen. I could go over there today. It's only 20 minutes away. And, maybe if I'm feeling good later or I get a good machine, I'll text her and see what she wants to do. Well, the other reason I couldn't go over there yesterday is because I didn't have any dryers ready. Because the only ones I have ready have that feature where they check the airflow or the heat. And so they're not going to work. They're going to do the same thing. They're going to say, check filter. So, I know somebody that has the same issue. I told her I can come over and look at it whenever she wants, but she's waiting for some reason. I don't know why, because I'm not going to charge her, but, that's fine. She can wait. Like, the thing is it will work. A lot of them will work and they'll just flash the light, right? And we know that it's just a clogged vent tube or whatever. So your machine isn't going to work as well, and so what she said is it takes her 2 times to dry the clothes. And I'm like, well, are you using time dry or sensor dry? And she's like, well, I'm using time dry. And I'm like, okay, well, switch to sensor dry. And then it will only take 1 time to dry the clothes. And I'm like, but, with all the information I have, I think your vent tube is clogged. I don't think that both of these dryers are broken. There's no reason that they should work here and then not work there. And she said that it is heating. And I did check that it was heating before I left. Like, I've been doing that now. I plug them in. We turn them on. We make sure they're still heating before I leave. She said it is still heating. And I mean, it is a simple dryer. Oh, that's my point, is I didn't have anything ready that would have worked for her yesterday because she wants a simple one, Which, the one that she bought it's a GE. And, I have mixed feelings on this because their washing machines are sort of designed like the old school. Some of them are, and they're simple. The new way that everything is going with the wash plates, I'm seeing a lot of reports and a lot of people don't like the wash plates, which I don't understand at all because I've had I use a wash plate in my house, and the only issues that I've had with it, now, it's the best. It's the top of the line, right? So, of the Maytag washers, this thing is. The one that I have is the best washer that Maytag made that year, right? So, but I don't think that the transmissions are that much different from the one that I have to the other ones, but it has a wash plate instead of a what's it called, an agitator. And a lot of people aren't liking that, and they don't fill up with water all the way, and a lot of people don't like that either. And I'm like, well, how much water does it need to fill up with? It doesn't need to fill the whole drum if you have this many clothes in it, And they don't like rinse the same way that they used to, especially the front loaders. The front loaders seem to use a lot less water than the top loaders. And, I don't know. Anyways, my clothes seem to be clean. So I guess I'm not complaining, but that's not what she wants. Or, yeah, what are we talking about? No, we're talking about the dryers. So the GE dryers, okay, they're good dryers, all right? They are good, but they're a pain to work on. I don't like working on them. Some of the older ones I really don't like, but these ones aren't too bad. Okay, so I got 3 of them. I sold one, and then I sold this one, and then I have another one. So this one I did bearings on. It has new bearings. The heat elements were all good, and and it has a timer. It doesn't have a circuit board in it, which is actually a good thing to a large extent, because the circuit boards are not really good. When a circuit board goes bad, okay, it's a bad sign to me, because I don't have a customer to charge for a circuit board. Like, I have one machine that's like this. The circuit board's bad, okay, and there's 2 circuit boards in it. So now, which circuit board do I buy? Because I know it's a bad board, but I don't know which board. How do I test which board is bad? I can't. I don't have a test. So it could be the regular control board, or it could be the UI board. Now, there was a bunch of corrosion on the user interface board, so I might just buy one of those and see. I might pull the board out of my personal dryer, because basically I have the Maytag version of it. So Kenmore doesn't build their own dryers. They farm it out. And so depending on the year, and you might have a GE that built them, or a Hot Point, or a Maytag, or a Whirlpool. So sometimes Kenmore is designed like LG. Sometimes it's designed like, it could be anything, basically. Well, this is a Kenmore that looks exactly like my personal dryer, we'll say, okay? So maybe today I might try to rip out the board of my dryer and see if it's the same. If it isn't, I'll jam it into there and see which board it is, and then maybe I'll buy the board, because I think this dryer is worth saving. So my machines are, they're like, they call them, on the Maytags, they call them XLs, and they have the biggest drums and the biggest tub that I have seen. So when you wash like a big old comforter or something like that, it works a lot better, like on a king size comforter. Like, it'll work in like 1 or 2 runs instead of 3 or 4. You know what I mean? So the machines themselves aren't really that much bigger. Like, they are a little bigger, but the drums are bigger. So anyway, so the GEs, they're not bad machines. I mean, but their bearing system isn't great. And so, whatever. If you can get to the bearings before they totally wear through, then you're all right. They need more maintenance, basically. They need somebody like me opening them up every once in a while. Well, they all do, really, but the Maytags and the LGs and the Samsungs, they can take more abuse than these GEs. That's basically what it is. So anyways, she doesn't like the buzzer, though. I don't blame her. I don't really like it either, but that's what the old buzzers are like. The old timers, they just go, you know what I mean? And her laundry room isn't like down in her basement, like, it's like right in her living room. So she's got to listen to this stuff. So I don't blame her. Like, I'll go bring her a new dryer, or we can even disable that buzzer. I'm sure that I could figure that out if she wants, you know, and I might just bring her old one. I'm still kind of, we're going to decide today. So today I'm going to get whatever machines I have ready, which I got 3 ready yesterday. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to text her and say, okay, which one do you want? I'll throw it on the tray there and bring it to you. I can only bring 1 because I'm going to get 2, so she can choose. Then I'll bring her 1, I'll put it on there, and, you know, then I'll clean her vent tube more than likely. And then I'll make a decision on whether I need to charge her more money or not. I might need to charge her some more money, you know. I'm going to go spend another hour there. I already didn't charge her for delivery on the other run because I was already driving right by her house. This one I'm going to be driving right by her house again, so I'm not going to charge her delivery again. You know what I mean? Like, that's just the way I'm planning on doing it. But she probably needs to, if I'm going to sit there for an hour and clean her vent tube, she might have to pay an hour of labor for that, you know. And like, I didn't diagnose this problem she was having, so it's like she's got to, she might have to meet me there. Because really what I think is wrong is there's nothing wrong with her original dryer. I did find about a 20% restriction in her dryer when I took it apart, which I wouldn't think would be enough to cause that light. And so I think that, you know, a bird has built a nest in her vent tube, or there's a corner in there somewhere that's just totally, you know, blocked off or whatever. And basically I need to finally use my new tool. I've got a little brush that I can jam through her thing and stick my vacuum on the end of it and use that. I was going to use it at my mom's house, but we figured out that her dryer, for some reason, put itself on economy mode. Like, hers wasn't working, and so we thought maybe she had some clogged vent tube. It turned out to just be, somehow it put itself on economy mode, and she wasn't used to economy mode, and, you know, this happened to me, too, with one. And so she was trying to do her dryer, she was trying to dry her clothes, and it was taking a lot longer than she thought it should, and, because it was on economy mode. And what that does is that changes the heat, and so it takes longer, but it uses less electricity because it uses the heater less. It kind of does a half air dry and a half heated dry is what I figured out. There was a machine that I was trying to diagnose, and basically it was on economy mode, and I didn't even know this was a thing. And so I would plug it in and turn it on economy mode, and it wouldn't heat. And then other times it would heat but it wouldn't heat when I expected it to, right? Simply because it's on economy mode. You know, the funny thing about that too is the dude that I got it from, he basically didn't, yeah, that was the whole story too. It was kind of a similar situation. He didn't need a dryer from me. He ended up buying one anyways, but he didn't even need it because he moved to a new house, and he gets there and the plug's the wrong plug. He's got a 4-prong, he needs a 3, or vice versa. So he goes and buys the other plug that he, you know, the one that matches his dryer. He goes to Lowe's and he's like, well, I could buy a new cord, and it's $40 because the price of copper is outrageous. Or he's like, I can buy I don't know, I live next to the biggest open pit mine in the world, probably, and it's a copper mine, and the price of copper is outrageous. Somebody explain that to me. But anyways, he gets a new plug, and he goes and wires it in. Well, the plug's bad right off the bat, right out of the store. It has a bad connection. So he plugs his dryer in, it doesn't work. He calls me, comes and gets a dryer from me. While he's driving it home, because he lives like 45 minutes from me. While he's driving it home, I tear his apart, find nothing wrong with it, plug it in. I even call it on camera. I'm sitting there on camera because I'm filming, right? And I'm like, this dude's going to text me and tell me that the dryer I just sold him doesn't work. And I'm like, well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put his dryer back together, plug it in, and watch it work. And then I'm going to pull the phone out. I pulled it out on camera, and sure enough, there's his text. So I went down there to his house and, helped him diagnose the brand new plug is bad. Put the old plug back on. He put the old plug back on. And then I put a new cord on his dryer and on the one I sold him, and I didn't charge him any extra. And then, he was off and running. So he ended up wanting the dryer that he bought from me anyways, for whatever reason. I mean, I took his old dryer down there and 2 others. I was like, you can pick one, whatever one you want, but I mean, you gotta pay me, right? Like, what the crap's in here?
From dream. Embrace the end, and you're never alone. It sweetens the blood and softens the stone.
Got your message, you sicko. The radios, the axe, the waterfall. It was you, wasn't it?
The sadness, the sickness. No more bad thoughts, no more bitterness. Forever frozen and free. Forever frozen free. Join me.
So what the hell is on that radio?
The first ray of dawn. The thrill of the flight. Are these the happiest hours of all? Or is it the hope in the deep of the night? The innocent faith before the fall. You've spilled but one drop of my sweetest blood. Now follow me, and I will show you the flood.
Well, shit. So that guy was brainwashed by the killer? This just turned from regular mess to hot mess. Byron, I killed a psychopath, but I don't think that was the real killer. Trail's gone cold.
Alright, so I got the vault card leveled up. Meet is murder is done. Let's see if it'll let me get that vault symbol now. Since I'm over here, let's try it one more time now that we've reset the game too. I think I can get to it from here. Yeah, it's like this happens a lot where people just don't know what the real problem was. And I mean, with her, I was trying to get her to let me find the actual problem before I just sold her a machine. I told her, I was like, well, if I'm going to take your machine, I'm going to tear it down anyways. Like, just let me tear it down there and see if it's clogged, and then we will know if you even need a dryer. And she just didn't want to do that, She's just like, well, I just want to buy a new one. It doesn't do that. And I'm like, well, because there's the possibilities are either you actually have a problem, or the computer's bad, or the sensor's bad, right? These are always the problems. This is always the way it is in modern diagnosis. There's always basically 3 things. There's a sensor that could go bad, and that just means the sensor's bad. So the computer thinks it's reading something that it's not reading, right? The computer can go bad. Okay, and a lot of times it is those things. But then there's the other times where it's the actual freaking thing, Like the sensor's working, the computer's working, and they're telling us that you have a problem and we need to solve that actual problem. That's what's happening here. Is she has a problem. I think the vent tube is clogged, and we need to unclog it, because no dryer is going to work well in that situation. Now I got to remember which room the damn thing is in. So, yeah. Okay, it still isn't working. How weird. All the other ones worked. Do I have to, like, crouch and get close to it? I mean, I'm right next to it. Come on, man. Give me my thing. Does this work? Well, now this works. But that still doesn't work. Maybe I just won't be able to get that one, I guess. It's too bad. If I can, okay, it's that wall. If I could somehow figure out what wall that's on. If I look out here, there's that staircase and it's that wall. So it's still that wall if I just stay facing this way. How do I get out of here? Okay, it's this way. So I'm still facing it. So basically it should be right behind me. It's not up there, is it? No. Wonder if anybody else is having that same issue. Can't see it anywhere on the back wall, right? Like, who knows? I don't know if I have to get it like earlier in the game or what. Did I already get it? Maybe I already got it. That's probably what it is. Because this is like at the beginning. See this? This is like at the beginning area where you start, and I came back to it to do that mission. So the green is what I got. That's why. Sorry, everybody. I do stuff weird sometimes. Well, I might as well go get this thing. I thought I already did that. Or did I do a different one? Let's go see if we can get that thing real quick. So I don't really have a lot of time to play today. I slept in. Stayed up too late last night. Is this the same guy I already got, or is it a different guy? I wonder. Alright, where is the thing? That does this disappearing thing. Struct ghost, it says. Okay, where is it again? We got the disappearing act, dude. It's gonna make it hard to use that gun. The thing like disappears. Hello? Can't shoot you if you're disappearing all the time. How annoying. Wonder, hopefully this one doesn't heal like the last one did. I can just get it eventually, I guess.
This is frightfully fun.
Okay, we're onto his second shield here, it looks like. I'm out of bullets here. This gun doesn't really seem to be doing anything. Sort of working here. What is that? Did he die? I guess he died, didn't he? Guess I should have checked my backpack before I did it.
Long before you took your first breath, and that will exist worlds beyond your last. A force that could take that breath from your very lungs.
I don't know if I should try to do that radio or not. Seems like the last time I tried it, it didn't really work.
Against your stability, your happiness, your future.
Where is it?
I am your protector. So long as you shelter under me, your life will be safe and orderly. We are all beasts. Everyone. Wild and worthless without a master to guide us. Choice that the one you serve is so merciful that he thinks only of your happiness.
Well, I better go empty out my guy pretty quick too. What about this? Probably need to empty out this too. Oh yeah, it's full. So I guess I better do this here. I mean, can this thing get full? Yeah, see, look, it's got 2 spots now, so I don't know if you can miss out on these if I don't empty it from time to time, like if the new ones won't come in or what, but I better go back to the town and re-equip, and then, yeah, I could probably come back for this.
Shiver and starve in the wilderness.
Alright, let's do that then. Yeah, so today I'm just going to try to fix some more machines, and then, you know, I'm just going to text her and let her know what I have for her. Have her pick a machine, and I mean, I could probably take 2 over there if we wanted to try 2. I'm going to buy 2 that are like right next to her house, which I really shouldn't be, but they're good machines and they're easy sells. You know, like these machines, they're easy to work on and will make good videos. Not that I need more videos. I already edited all of next week's videos yesterday, so I did get that done, which last week I struggled with that. It's just I have to allot more time and effort to that now because I'm on to, when I first started it, I already had pre-edited videos, so all I had to do was make shorts out of those videos. Now what I have to do is make shorts and edit the whole things, and they're, you know, I don't know, like yesterday's video, the last one I edited was a half an hour, which might be too long, I guess, but yeah, I don't know. Here, watch this, I'll be right back though.
having a great day. I hope you are too. I spent the morning reading technical manuals. Quite educational. When I was little, I swallowed a magnet. I think it's the source of my powers.
All right. What is this?
Oh, that's a fancy-looking gun.
Yeah. So we'll see how today goes, how tomorrow goes. I'm hoping today I'll just get a bunch of machines worked through, fixed. I still have the 2 pairs that I didn't get to test my washer repair to send to that dude because I was testing this other washer that is fixed now, but the problem is it was putting out all of this. I should just probably sell this one. It was, because it's not really, it is a legendary, but it's like, I'm getting 240. This washer is putting out, there's like this stuff that grows on the inside of drums. So what I do is I take vitamin C or citric acid and I put it in there, and it basically, it releases it. Now the problem is now it's released. So if I sell that machine right then that stuff comes off of the wall of the drum slowly, and sometimes it can take a while. And then it's on your clothes. Well, it's not a big deal. You put your clothes in the dryer, and it goes through your vent pipe, you know. But this one is really bad. So I had to do probably about 20 loads through it before it's finally starting to break up into little teeny pieces that I think I'm done with it now. I'm probably still going to have to do a few more test loads through it to just really make sure it's gone. But, you know, basically that's the deal there. Okay, so this one's 264. Which one do I have equipped here on the SMG? I don't see an SMG equipped. Do I not have an SMG equipped? I thought I did. Am I blind and missing it? Oh, here it is right here, 226. And this one's 264. Just have a lot of SMGs. So I guess I might as well equip this one. Okay, the pistol is 226. So we have a 264. $249. The shotgun I have is 332, so that's good there. The pistol looks like I have the best pistol. Okay, so this one's 240. So I have one that's 279. And one that's 256. Might as well stop carrying this one too, because I think I'm good with the shield I have, but now I'm getting, like, I got this one that's better. I'm just going to sell the shield. I don't seem to have a real problem with getting hit, you know. As far as this goes, it looks like I can sell all of those. Probably my rep kit. I'm at 463, which I don't even like use at all, so I don't know. I'm not even sure if it really matters on this because I hardly ever even use it anyways. Yeah, so we'll see what we can do today. I'll try to get this thing done. Try to get these machines done. I have my 2 pairs I need to get done today for sure, and then I need to decide what I'm doing with these LGs. The one that I failed on, that cost me money. I'm hoping I can get the drum out of the other one for that one. Then that would give me another pair. You know, I don't have good luck with pairs. Like I have had pairs over the years and I never seem to sell them as pairs. I don't know if I'm not like marketing them correctly or what, but my clientele just tends to want one machine at a time. Like maybe I just need to raise the price, you know? So why is this one favorited? Let's see, L3. Okay, yeah, I don't want to favorite that one anymore. I think I want to sell it. I think I want to sell everything. I don't want to haul anything around anymore. Let's sell it all except for, even this one.
Not sure what I'll do. Wait, sucker. What? I mean, you fact. That'll keep the. You driver. If you got any more like this,
It's a money-making operation here. Okay. So now let's get all of these rewards out of here. All right. So what is this? I don't think I need to edit any more videos. Oh, I do need to start working on music again today. So I need to do and put my trailer back together. I need to do that too. So let's see what we got for inventory out of that. Sniper, we can sell that. 193, we can sell that. Should be able to sell that. 244. I think we can sell all of this stuff here. Looks like, yeah, we should be good to sell all of that stuff.
We sell them in pints round here. If you got any more like this, you know where to find me. Wait! Why am I buying your shite? Oh, come see me again! Unless you're wrong.
All right.
Good doing business with you. Not sure what I'll do, sucker. Fine, leave.
Well, I think I'm gonna call it here. I'll be back on. I might come back on later today and play a little more, but I think I need to go get these. What is that? I think I need to go get these machines processed while I'm feeling good before I get too much of a bogged down. So, yeah. Thanks for watching.